Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. 2023 election. If you deflect, you lose your seat. Inec chairman tells lawmakers. Hey, something new is happening. Things are changing. It's no longer business as usual. Inec is bringing in a new law. So if you move from PDP to APC, APC to PDP, you lose your seat. You must stay. So this is a new law now coming into the political arena and certain to say that stay where you are. All this jumping from pillar to post. But guess what? We're not really bothered about whether you deflect, whether you move from one to the other. Nigerian youth, what's the slogan? We move. So we're going to form our own political party. We're going to stand up as a people. We're going to stand up as an entity. We're going to stand up as one. We're going to form our own political party, and we're going to get all our representative from president, vice presidents to governors and what have you all down the line. Why? We have to effect and make change. We cannot stay with this old regime. None of them is interested in any Nigerian youth. Let's get straight into the news and get all the details. 2023 election, if you deflect, you lose your seat. Inec chairman tells lawmakers. As political parties prepare to launch out in the hope of securing seats and political offices ahead of the 2023 election year, the electoral body Inec has released some disturbing news to the political bodies. As a norm in some quarters where politicians have rights and with no regards for the electoral process, form the habit of jumping from one political party to another. The electoral body has slammed a verdict on politicians who continued in that fashion. The new rule and law now speaking, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, gave the recommendation while presenting a paper on report on the 2019 general election in Abuja on Friday. According to the paper, anyone who deflects from one political party to another should automatically lose their seat. The only exception to this new law will be if the political party emerged, and even at that there will be a backing legislation to that in terms of the party constitution. This law applies for lawmakers in the state and federal House of Assembly. Apart from the law prohibiting lawmakers from deflecting, the body also made some other proposition like the creation of an electoral office offences commission and tribunal, which will be vested with the power to arrest, investigate, and prosecute all electoral offenders. Create an automated nomination process in order to facilitate the storage, access, and retrieval of all candidate details, giving the commission the option of sorting it and hold personnel from among other retired staff instead of from the outside. The institution of delivery of all full essential electoral materials to state and federal capital territory offices within 30 days of any election to be taking place in any of those quarters. They need to properly review the criteria for recruiting, selection of coalition of officers, and returning officers for further election process. The INEC chairman added that post of the recommendation that do not require the baggage of the law have already been implemented, but others have need of backing of the law are already being sanitized by the process and the quarters. So these are new things coming up right now, saying that if you are in government and you are trying to move from one party to the other, it's no longer business as usual. You may lose your seats. That is the new proposition. You will lose your seats. You will no longer be able to move. Before they would just move when you wake up in the morning. You say, well, what do I feel like today? Said, well, the sun is shining, the sky is blue, so blue it is. Or the sky is red, it look like umbrella. Let's move to the umbrella zone. Or the sky is pink. Let's move to the the broom. Let's get a broom in our hand. Let's do sanitization of the place. He said those things will no longer hold or be standing like it used to be. Things have to change, and it has to change now. So, I mean, there is this proposition, and there will be a new tribunal process for all who deflect in election processes. There's going to be new tribunal processes for them, and anyone and everyone who tries to, alter this will be dealt with according to, So these are things being put in place so that election can go well in the country, and then people do not just carry on and just things are just done anyhow. So there are new perspective to how things should be done these days. It's no longer business as usual. Things have to change. There is a lot of changes coming on. Remember that his tenure was supposed to end. However, it was elongated, and then Buhari reinstated him when his girl, his aide that he put there, was told, please. So that's what happened, you see. So, I mean, it is what it is. Some things have to change, but beyond things changing, we really need true, honest transparency in government if things must change. We need true, honest transparency. It's not what we have now. What we have now is a Fulani republic, to be very candid. When it's from the indications of things, it's not what they write in the book. When you get there, you see what it's really all about. They may tell you flower blooming. You get there, you see that it was all about construction, and they will tell you is a part of speech just to infer that roads were bad, and that when they begin to be done, they become blooming, and the place transforms and change. So you see, this is what it is, honestly. This is what it is. So I mean, as much as I accept these new changes that will be done in election with regards to people moving from one party or the other, seriously speaking, the youth, we are not concerned. We are working together, and we're going to get our own political parties that will always be standing with and true to make sure that we get there. When we get there, we stand together, we stand as a people, we stand as a voice, and we let our voices be heard. We will no longer allow ourselves to be pushed aside, to be intimidated like this government have currently, and what they are currently doing to us. No, no, things have to change, and that change is now. So we are calling out to say, Nigerian youth, rise up. We move. If we could organize ourselves at NSAS, that's why they are trying very hard, their hardest possible, to make sure that this, the NSAS, whoever has promoted or whoever has done one thing, whoever was a voice, is intimidated, so that the youth will feel that we have nobody who is standing up for us. We have nobody who, so that's what they are trying to do. Intimidation is part of the tactics of the game. But guess what? We are rising up, we are standing up, and we will make it. Leave us a comment.